In this lesson, we will run a buckling analysis. And I already have in the starter file the FE model and the boundary conditions completed. So I'll walk through briefly what is occurring with that. And if you haven't already done so, please download this starter file, which is below this video, to follow along. So what I have is just this box, this column, and in our analysis setup, I have that box created, and I'm going to set up my FE model. This has one component, it's a single body, so I won't be using connectors, and I'll just have one FE component in there, which will be containing my FE mesh and my material. For my FE mesh, I'm going to use our mesh from implicit body block, and I just convert it to a mesh. Then I remesh it and I have an edge length of 1 millimeter, and then I convert that to a volume mesh and an FE volume mesh. We also have to define our attributes and our material. So in this section, I just have my material defined, which is general aluminum, and my FE model is complete. Once I've created that FE model, I also have my boundary conditions. So let me show that as well. And we're going to have a force at the top of this, and I created that using an FE boundary by flood fill, so I just have my top boundary. And I'm also going to have a top restraint and a bottom restraint. So at the top of this column, I have my top boundary in here, and it is going to be unrestrained in the z-axis. You can see I left this as optional, but in all of the other axes and in rotation, it will be restrained. So I have this top restraint, and then I have my bottom restraint, which is also using an FE boundary by flood fill, and I have it restrained along all of the axes and all the rotation. So these are our boundary conditions, and we have our FE model. So the next thing that we'll do is add this into a buckling analysis block. So I'll add a new section, and I'll label this buckling analysis. And I can go to my design analysis or my simulation tab and choose that buckling analysis. For that model, I'll use our FE model in the analysis setup, and I can just write that directly in. And for our load case, I have 3 load cases, so I'll add 2 more items in that list and choose our force, our top restraint, and our bottom restraint. And for number of modes, I'll place 2. So I'll type I, so we only view this. And if we go into our block details under properties, we can see that we have our buckling load factor, and there will be 2 of those because we defined our number of modes to be 2. We can also define our minimum and maximum eigenvalue as well, so you can control that. And if we look at our buckling analysis, we have those 2 load factors. And if I turn on that displacement, I like to also view that force and that bottom restraint, our top restraint, so we can see what those forces are, and we can see that scale factor, how it's buckling, and we can look at that for both of these options. And again, you can put in a number of modes as well. And so if I have 4 of these modes, we're going to have other options as well for those eigenvalues. And so this is our buckling analysis.